So we are going to discuss about fraudulently today. So it is mentioned under section 25. If he does thing with the intent to defraud but not otherwise, indicates not a bare intent to deceive but an intent to cause a person to act as a result of deception played upon him to his disadvantage. So the person should not only deceive the other person, but the other person should act upon such deception. Like A is deceiving B, so B must act on A's deception, and that deception is working as a disadvantage to B. Okay, so if we read fraudulently further, we need to explain deceive further. So the deceiving should be for the benefit of the deceiver. Like A is deceiving, so A is getting some benefit out of it, and B is incurring some loss in it. Injury, the injury in respect of unspecified property and unascertained property. Like when we read about intention, in intention the injury needs to be to a specific person. Like A is wants to murder B, so the intention is clear that A wants to kill B, but here the intention is not clear as to here the injury is not clear. There the injury was clear that A wants to kill B. Okay, but here the injury is not clear as to injury is in respect to the unspecified property or unascertained property. So there's a landmark case here, Vimla versus Delhi administration. It is an insurance case where the mother bought a car in the name of her daughter, and later she applied for an insurance money reimbursement, in which it was said by the court that neither she benefited nor the insurance company incurred any loss in any of the term. So although mother was forging the signature of the daughter and getting the money from the insurance company, but then also there was no loss to the insurance company nor any gain to the daughter, so it was said that it is not a fraudulent act. So if we are going to discuss more about fraudulent, it will be of no use, because this much is enough if you write for the answer. So here it is.